some watches are made different. This chronograph piece is unique in more than a few instances. Take the design as a whole. It's an original design. Righteously, some cues were inspired by the Orient Chrono, yet for most part, this piece is unique. Brutally beautiful is how I can describe this mysterious code watch. Some of the features include a fully stainless steel construction, a functional Mecha Quartz chronograph powered by VK64. A date complication makes this a practical daily wearer. An internal bidirectional compass bezel. It also gets 100 meters of water resistance, warranted by a screw-in crown and a screw-down case back. The genuine leather strap is almost a given with all this good stuff. Calling this $38 piece a bargain just does not do justice to the manufacturer. I don't want to call this a giveaway, but really it's pretty close to that, because we're getting a lot of good stuff for very little money. The watch does look unique. It feels unique. How often do you see a bidirectional internal compass bezel? And the looks, you get the date, everything is so special about this watch for a relatively low price. Anyway, the link to the listing is in the description below the video, so make sure to check it out if you're after a sharp price. And now let's get into a deep dive and talk about this watch in detail. Let's do it. With regards to the dimensions, we get a case width of 45mm, a lug-to-lug length of 50mm, a height of 13mm, a lug width of 24mm, and a weight of 100 grams on the leather strap. The dimensions do look significant, yet the watch looks fine with no overhangs on my 6.5-inch wrist, all due to these downfalling lugs. Gazing down at your wrist is quite an experience. The caramel beige waffle dial lures you in, but not before you appreciate the multitude of reflections on the fully brushed fixed bezel. Then the internal compass bezel, which acts as the reho as well. Let's start from the left flank. It's tall and polished. Notice the aggressive slant down of the lugs. Considering a lug-to-lug length of 50mm, these lugs ensure a hug of wrists anywhere from 6 inches and upwards. And another key attribute on this side of the watch is the knurled crown for the bidirectional internal bezel. It's guarded as well, yet the guards are not machined out of the case. They are actually screwed onto the flank with 2 screws. There's plenty of grip for the rotation of the internal compass bezel, but to be fair, it will take a few rotations to move the bezel the full 360 degrees. The lug hoods are brushed in line with the fixed bezel. The brushed effect is very fine, so reflections and light play are plentiful and playful. The bezel is framed by 4 screws on the perimeter. These are decorated with cutouts in the bezel edges. The bezel has more shaves off on the edges. The rugged and almost military look here provide for a utilitarian appearance and feel of the case. On the right, the setup is more traditional, with a screw-in crown and 2 chrono pushers flanking it. The case is quite large, hence the significant distance between the crown and the 2 pushers. The obvious benefit is that there is no overcrowding. Ease of operation is guaranteed. The lugs are very short, and the 24mm lug width is definitely significant as well. The leather strap is also beige caramel, complementing the dial hue. On the underside, the quick release strap is signed. Since we're here, note the screw-down case back. That slab of brushed stainless steel is prominent and significant. Also, from this rear angle, it's clear to see how square the case design really is. The glass on here is mineral crystal, not sapphire, in line with the bezel, wide and open. The internal compass bezel takes us down to the dial, white with black markings for the north, east, south and west, and the degrees aligned with the minute track on the periphery of the dial. The dial pattern is waffle in appearance and texture. That creates more interest than a plain surface would. At 3 o'clock we have the 24-hour sub-dial, at 6 the running seconds, and at 9 the 0 to 60 minute counter. All 6 hands of the dial are edged in black for clear legibility, yet the minute and hour hands are most exciting with the arrow pointers. The yellowish lume inserts are catchy within the black edges. Another interesting point is that the seconds, pointer and counterbalance are also lumed. As the lume test shows, the hour indices as well as the hands provide bright and long-lasting luminosity. Considering the $38 price tag, definitely impressive and slightly unexpected. And there we have it. For $38 we're getting a rugged, utilitarian, almost military-like watch. Now, in regards to the movement here, we get the Mecha Quartz VK64. What that means is that we get a sweeping seconds hand from this hybrid mechanical movement. And that works, it works well. Now, there is no tachymeter scale here, although this is a chronograph, but you can still time yourself. If we think about the chronograph subdials, well, we only have the 0 to 60 minute subdial. The other two subdials don't really have much to do with the actual chronograph. Is that a shame? Maybe. On the other hand, this watch does feel just as a very interesting and unique look. And the fact is, you are getting quite a bit of function here, but at the same time, the price of $38, bargain. I wasn't going to get this watch in, but the price, the internal bidirectional bezel, it lured me in. And I'm actually quite happy that I brought it in. It's an interesting watch. It's different from most of the pieces we've been looking at so far. Anyways, $38, the link is in the description below the video, so please check it out if you're after a sharp price. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.